Well, it's been a busy week for the Vancouver Canucks. In a matter of 3 days, they were knocked out of playoff contention, fired their GM and president of 6 years, and hired a new president who was a former player. That's right, Mike Gillis is out. Trevor Linden is in as the new president of hockey operations for the Vancouver Canucks. The man known as Captain Canuck says he's excited for this opportunity to get back in the game.
Today is a real honor. I came to Vancouver 26 years ago, and I've never left. I love this city. It is my home, and the Canucks have always been a big part of my family. I always believed that I'd once again work in this great game. I believe I'm ready for this challenge. I'm young, I'm passionate about this team, and I want to win.
Sticking on the ice, we'll move to a local team making a push for the Cup. The BCHL's Coquitlam Express are preparing to take on the Vernon Vipers in the Fred Page Cup Finals. The Express came 9th in the regular season and made the finals by taking down number 1 seed Langley and 2nd place Victoria. A big part of Coquitlam's success has been the play of goalie Gordie DeFell and captain Ryan Rosenthal, who won Player of the Week after pushing his team to the finals.
Essentially, parkour is what you make of it. It's a form of expressing your body using the environment. I'd run up to benches, run up to garbage cans, and just like slap my hands on it and try and get over, failing miserably, failing horribly, falling on my face, you know, that whole gig of everybody, you know, just trial and error kind of thing.
Not because he wants to impress anyone, but because this is something that he feeds on.
Since I was a teenager, there was just a slow slip into kind of a dark spiral with depression. I had, you know, my teachers had diagnosed me with ADHD, so of course they threw me on Ritalin. It gave me horrible anxiety. It stopped my eating habits for a long time, spiked my insomnia, which I still have to deal with. I needed a change in my life. I noticed that I was slipping further and further and further, and if I didn't make a change, I'd just end up probably ruining my life. Parkour was shown to me so that I left that current state that I was in and then made a new approach on life. We're not getting kicked out. People understand what we're doing and they know that we have respect for our environment, whether it be public or private property. Parkour is one of the best ways of expressing yourself. You know, you hammer all of your emotion into something, you put all of your effort into something, you know, your blood, sweat, and tears go into something like this. And once you accomplish it, it's like, you know, the sky's the limit. Yeah, parkour, it's, you know, it's life for us. It's something that I've been waiting for my entire life. It's something that I've been naturally doing, but just didn't know that it was just a sleeping dragon just waiting, right? Because you can't predict the future. I never would have thought everything would blow up the way that it did. I just took a chance. I said, you know what, I really enjoy this type of movement, and you know what, I guess it worked out, right? So that's the biggest thing for me, is I had to go through those struggles to find out what's gonna balance me out in the end. And in the end, it was parkour. every single time somebody asks me, it's like, what was your first impression of parkour? And it's just, I get chills all the time, every single time, even as I'm saying it right now. It's just,
You think he'll be ready for the start of the season?
Well, that's the plan, yeah, and that's obviously been the timeline all along. So,
And then you going to change your game at all, worrying about hurting it again, or you just go with your style still?
you know what? I'm gonna play hard, but I'm gonna play smart.
Just get your comments on probably matching up against Giro and what you have to do against him to keep him in check.
Oh man, really? I really have to be the best piece of the puzzle.
Do you guys see this as a measuring stick game at all? I mean, battle for second place, want to be as high as you can, obviously, in the standings.
It's huge. I think between us, Saskatchewan, and Calgary.
How do you guys think you'll adapt with having DeMarco back there instead of Lule?
Hey, one man down, the next man up. I know that sounds cliche.
I'm James Lepp from Abbotsford, British Columbia. My dad played golf up at Ledgeview, and he would go up in the evenings after work, and I would just tag along, and I had a little chopped down 5-iron that was about 2 feet long, and I would just hit shots from the fairway until basically time ran out.
While most Canadian kids were spending their time at the rink, James's dad guided him to the tee box.
I always, and maybe it was more of my love of golf more than my love.
So they just see how awesome a professional golf life could be. So they're like, you got to stick with it. I mean, you have an opportunity, you have so much talent, you got to stick with it. But only I really knew what it was like to be trying to golf and not seeing the success that I wanted.
The Big Break is a reality TV show that would give James a chance to compete for a spot on the PGA Tour. When the call came, it was obvious he was caught by surprise.
Hey James, this is Golf Channel calling, telling you that you're on the Big Break.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Cool.
It had been a while since I had really played competitive golf, but I think there was a cool story with it that I had kind of quit, and now I'm coming back to the game. And just being an NCAA champion, winning on the Canadian Tour, having a saucer pass, all these things kind of helped me getting onto the show.
Let's talk about his, what is the saucer pass?
Oh yes, it's a very odd looking way to play chip shots, but having grown up playing hockey, he feels a lot more confident with that action than he does using a regular action.
I've never seen anything like it.
So it's more of a snapshot on how it started. We just kind of like maximum distance to see how far it would actually go. And then that slowly evolved into like a cleaner saucer pass. Like, so well, had I played poorly, then yeah, that would have been upsetting because I didn't give it my best shot. But I played great. He just played basically one shot better, and yeah.
But I think that whole process got the juices going.
There's every reason to think that if he wants to do it and try to return to professional golf and eventually the PGA Tour, I think James Lepp is a guy that can make it happen.
Yeah, maybe this is Dad talking. I've always thought James is the best golfer in the world, and I think he's got the ability to be the best golfer in the world. And I've seen him when he's at his best, and you can tell by the way he walks and the way just everything is like scary, like look out.
We could be seeing the return of James Lepp.
Possibly, yeah. At the same time, I know how I felt towards golf before and how bad it can be, so I don't want to get ahead of myself and only realize that halfway through the year I'm right back where I was in 2008 and hating golf.
So we should expect a more humbled James Lepp on the course then?
Oh no, I'll be cocky as ever.